Hello everyone, I'm the Holy Hermit and I welcome you to a new video for Dota 2. There are times when you start feeling good about yourself that hey, I'm actually getting better at something, and then you meet this big challenge and realize, whoa, I've got a lot to learn. Well, this game was one such game for me. I've uploaded the last two games where I do pretty well despite the odds, and kind of were on one-sided victory, after a certain point that is. But in this game, wait and watch guys, it's going to be a pretty long game and I'm going to be playing a hero called Faceless. I'll be playing the role of a hard carry, so you all know how that goes. And before I start, the reason why this game was so strange, the reason why I was so out of my comfort zone is I met some nice people I played Dota with on a game. They invited me to a party, and as soon as I jumped in I realized that their MMR, their level, their Dota profile level was way higher than mine. I'm only like 42 right now, something low like that, and my friends over here were 150, 160, and to make matters worse, when we match up with people like these and we have some opponents, things really get scary. So we are going to be playing from the dire side. I haven't picked my hero yet, and as you'll see how casually we were feeling about the game, and then all of a sudden things changed drastically. Alright, so let's go over why I say the game is so strange. We picked Skyrath Mage, we picked a Witch Doctor, we also had a Crystal Maiden, and then they said, hey, why don't you try a new hero or go for a carry or something. I'm like, okay, I'll maybe go Faceless Void. And the final pick after me was not another carry but Necrophos. So if you look at the lineup already, we have pretty much 4 heroes that are kind of support. A Crystal Maiden can never carry. Skyrath can in a certain way, but late game he kind of falls down. The other hero, Witch Doctor, you also know is a pretty hard support. You can get some good kills in the beginning, but that's about it really. Necrophos again, not one of the scariest carry. But look what happens here. This is what started happening in the beginning of the game, and we realized we're up against some challenge. These people have been pausing the game again and again because they're trying to counterpick us. Now, counterpicking is something in Dota, I'm sure you're all aware, that whatever hero, whatever lineup we go up against, they're going to try and completely counter it, as in pick the heroes who are good against ours, so they have an easy game. And that's exactly what they had this whole game, guys. So as they're pausing, they're actually talking on the mic. We will later on realize they're a team of 5 people and they're making these, adjustments. So look at their lineup for starters. They have a Clockwork, amazing against Skyrath Mage, amazing against Witch Doctor, pretty much every hero. Even to me, for a certain extent, he can kind of counter me if he catches me off guard. They have Enchantress, a hero that can jungle and also can wreck people from distance. Crystal Maiden is pretty much gone against an Enchantress. They also have Doom. Now Doom was hard picked against me. I'm a Faceless Void, my ultimate is pretty scary. They picked Doom, so I'll be out of the picture. They picked Necro. Yeah, the aura is pretty scary, but a Shadow Fiend can pretty much wreck you. So they already have, as you look right now, they have a Doom already that can carry late game. They have a Shadow Fiend. They have a pretty amazing initiator in the form of Clockwork. They have a great support hero who can actually initiate in certain cases, as well as Enchantress, and their final pick was actually a Lich, an amazing support hero whose ultimate just wrecks the game. So look at the synchronicity between them, guys. The skill, the heroes they chose to the heroes we have, and that's the reason why this game was, how shall I put it, guys? Pretty scary for us. Let's go back to player perspective and see what we're gonna do here. Now I'm Faceless Void. I choose to go actually on the hard lane. Now the goal was we were deciding earlier, hey, why don't I get safe lane farm? They're like, nah, let us go top. Again, we were pretty much playing casually until we got in the game and we realized, hey, this is kind of not good. So I'm here. I'm on the hard lane, or the so-called the off lane here, if you will, and it's going to be pretty scary for me. The reason obviously it's called the off lane or the scary lane, I call it the scary lane, is because they have access to their jungle, whereas we don't. So if we go to free camera here, they can pretty much roam inside their jungle, they can curve around over here, and they can kill us, whereas we can't really do that. We have the same thing on the other side, of course. That's our die jungle, and this is our safe lane. So on our safe lane we have Witch Doctor and the Crystal Maiden. So again, no synchronicity, guys, right? It's just basically us guys having some fun, and on the other hand, we found these people who were really trying hard, and at the end of the game we looked at their hero levels, character profile level, they were all around 150, 180, so I was completely outclassed. And here I was with my second game of Faceless Void. Now I did have a game before this, and I'll be very honest with you, I did amazingly well. I had something like 20-0 or 19-0, but I decided not to upload that because hey, it was a one-sided game. This is literally my second game, and you'll see us do what we do around here. It's going to be a pretty long game, guys, and I think that's why it's going to be interesting. So I hope you're going to grab your popcorns, because this is going to be fun. I hope so, at least, anyways. So here I am. The good thing that happened in this lane so far was Necro was pretty much being great support to me. So he was just standing and he was moving forward. As you know, I'll click on Necrophos right now. This hard stop Aurora is amazing, especially against people who go for a greedy lineup and don't get any tangos. So for example, Doom right here, he's got a Quelling Blade, a great item for last hitting, but less tangos means he basically can't last hit for that long, because the aura is going to be on him and he's going to take more damage. Same thing with Lich basically. He actually has a pretty decent build. He's got some Ironwood branches, he's got a tango, and I bet he bought some wards as well. Maybe he did. Not certain right now. So let's talk about the aura again. It removes a certain amount of HP off you. So basically you can kind of call it a pure damage. So it's not stopped by your magic resistance or by your armor, if I'm not mistaken. So it will deal 0.6% of your HP as damage every set amount of time. Now it says over time. I don't know what the duration. It could be 1 second tick. It could be like a second and a half tick. But the point is, it straight away removes the HP. And as you can see, if you click on the skill, it has a pretty good range. And anyone in this range will start losing HP, no matter who it is, whether it's a creep or whether it's a hero. And that's what you see Necrophos doing over here, guys. He's basically staying in the lane and he's doing a great job. As I said, everyone with me in this game and everyone against me in the game, they're all way higher skill level than I am. I'm just basically the noob trying to last hit and failing at that, as you can see. So yeah, so my goal basically is to get some farm up. The build I'm going to go on my Faceless Void. Again, this is my second game as him, but I've been doing pretty well, I think, with this hero. Only 2 games. I've played some bot games, of course. So I kind of have a build in mind that I like to play with him. Let's go to player perspective now, and we'll go over the build. So I always start on a Faceless Void with a Stout Shield. If you're a melee hero and if you want to carry, unless you have a pretty much safe lane free farm, which kind of I have right now, it's not really free farm because you can see there's also Lich in the lane and Doom there as well. So usually I always try to grab a Stout Shield. It basically mitigates damage. You know, any right click I take from a creep, there is a chance that I pretty much will take very minimal damage, or if not, no damage at all. And also from heroes, if you can block it, it's pretty good. Now what this lets me do is I'll actually pick up the first skill as Time Lock. Now Time Lock basically is it for every time, if it's a magical damage, and every time it procs, and it has a chance to proc, it will basically do a bonus damage to an enemy, and it'll also stun lock an enemy. So it's basically like a mini stun you can cast on an enemy, which is a passive, and it's a pretty good ability, and this is what lets Faceless Void be so scary late game. Also added, you know, ulti to this skill over here. The next skill I also got was Time Walk. Now Time Walk is your way of blinking away. It's not exactly as quick as a blink. You kind of have a slow movement speed, but when you, I mean, the travel time from one point to the other is kind of slow on Time Walk, but it's an amazing ability on one hand, and that is when you actually Time Walk into an enemy, or kind of on him along the path, you can actually slow him down. Slow him in terms of his movement speed and also his attack speed. So it's something pretty good that Faceless Void can use once the ulti has gone down, or if you don't want to use the ulti and the guy's on low HP, you just basically want to right click him and you know, take the guy down. So pretty good ability. I also picked 1 level of Backtrack. Now Backtrack is an amazing ability, and the reason why this ability stands out over any other ability in the game is because it gives you a dodge chance, not only to physical attacks as in the right clicks, but also to magical attacks. Now imagine if you're a sniper on the enemy team, which we don't have. He fires his ultimate at me. There's a 10% chance that damage will not be triggered on me at all. So this is amazing, and this is also what makes Faceless Void so scary if you let him free farm. So I grabbed 1 level of it. I don't want to get too much of it because, you know, it scales kind of pretty badly because it only gives you 5% chance per level. Because you know, if you look at the first level chance, you straight away get 10% at level 1, but the next level only gives you 5% more, and then 5 and 5. So I grabbed 1 level, so if they harass me, I have my Stout Shield. I also have Backtrack, so it's kind of going to keep me at full HP. So, and the ultimate, of course, is Chronosphere. If you all don't know about it, it's one of the best ultimates in the game. He's a carry who's got an amazing disable. Very few carries in the game, if not none, have this ability. This lets Faceless Void go absolutely ham on targets. You have a 5-second disable at level 5. It slows down everything inside the whole Chronosphere. It removes any evasion from an enemy. It basically renders the target hapless. And you'll see me use this later on, I'll talk more about it. And it has a 60-second cooldown at level 3 if you choose to get an Aghanim Scepter, which I don't, I guess. Spoiler alert, guys. But here we go. So that's my Faceless Void for right now. And the item build I'm going to go for, as you can see right now, the first item build I will talk about is I've got a stout shield. I have so much regen, and again, I always try to grab extra regen. That's the newbie side of me, guys. I have seen some pretty amazing Faceless Voids who basically go for a stout shield, they go for a quelling blade, and basically one set of tangos. I personally am not comfortable with that, and I usually do this same build with quite a few carries. And the reason why this is very important, guys, I've talked about in the last video as well. As a carry, as a farming carry, it is very important and it's very vital for a carry like yourself to always be in the lane, because if you run out of regen and you've taken enough damage, you will be forced to go back, which basically means you're going to miss out on last hits. You're also going to miss out on XP. And a hero like Faceless Void, who's kind of very crucial in terms of getting level, you need to take him to level 6 for him to be actually scary in the game. It's really important for you to stay in the lane, and that's how I ensure it, guys. For a newbie guy like me, okay, if I can't last hit well, as you can see, it's kind of atrocious, my last hitting. I might take some harass, but what I can do to my opponents here is I can carry extra tango. Now, what's happened to be the case in this game is I actually got Necrofrost on my side, which meant he could heal me as well. But if I had any other supports in this game, it could have been scary. So we see a gang coming in this time. We actually have Mr. Mid coming here, Shadow Fiend. I time walk on him, which ensures him to be slowed. I also end up on the other side of him. I procced a few of these amazing time lock bashes, and we ended up securing the first kill. So I didn't get the last hit for it, but Necroforce did. He also died after that. Couldn't do much about it, to be honest. As you can see, we have two heroes here, and we also have Clock. I bet he's going to try and initiate. Here we go. The hook shot comes in, and I chrono. Now, there's not much I could do over here, guys. This was me panicking. I'm like, oh no, I'm going to die. What's going to happen to me? And this was my panic chronosphere. Again, my second game as Faceless Void, doing newbie things, but I still think it's kind of good. It's kind of decent in a way that, yes, I burnt my ultimate, but what I did ensure from all of this is I did not, feed myself to it. In a few seconds or so, I'll be back to full HP, and I can stay in the lane. That's the most important thing, right, guys? I chronoed him, so he'll get scared and he'll walk away, or basically his gank gets completely, out of position. He can't gank me anymore, so I stay in the lane, I get more XP, and I think all in all this ultimate was okay-ish. I wouldn't call it the perfect one, because a perfect ultimate for a Void always is to ensure a kill, but hey, I walked out harmlessly, and it's okay. So here you go, I'm going to try and last hit again, and we don't have ward vision. We did have a ward. I think we've placed one ward here. Let's go to free camera and see what everyone else is doing. There is a ward over here. This is our ward, I believe, I think. Yes, it is, I think. Yeah, so we have a ward here, but on the jungle, our jungle is completely not covered. It's kind of not good. And our Necro again jumps out. I was actually going back to heal myself, but the good thing is Necro secured a kill. Very good play, as I said. I'm still learning the game, and I was matched against such great players. So Necro secured a kill, and he's alive to see the light of the day. So there we go. Now Clock's trying to engage on him, and he actually does. And I was actually buying stuff. I'm like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I wish I could do anything about it. I apologize so long. Look at that newbie move by me. I run into him. I run into the cogs. Now, things I could have done over there. I still don't know what I could have. I could have probably pinged and told my teammate if I'd seen Clockwork coming in. But basically, he was all over here. I didn't have the creeps were over here. So by the time he got over here, I would have no idea that there was actually a Clockwork in the lane. And he basically initiated out of nowhere on the guy. There isn't much I could do over there. So I think I could have time walked on top of him, but that would have basically mitigated his battery assault damage. But still, I don't think it would have been the best of me to go. Again, I'm learning, guys, so I think all in all, the analysis of that is I think my teammate died, but it's good that I didn't jump in, because I couldn't have been able to do anything there, because once a Clock jumps on you and he cogs you, you're kind of isolated and there's not much you can do about it. So there we go. And that's their idea for Clock, guys, right? As I said, they were counterpicking us very hard. They counterpicked this so that Clock is an amazing hero, that he could actually slow down the farm of our supports and our semi-supports who wanted to carry late game or something. Clock's amazing at that, because this is the time when Clock is absolutely amazing. He's reached level 6, he's become this uber ganking machine, and he's going to be pretty scary. So I've got some solo experience in the lane. I'm level 8 right now. The item I'm going to build now, let's talk about me again for a little bit, and we're going to go to the free camera and go somewhere else again, is I'm actually made a morbid mask, and the goal after this was to actually make a Mask of Madness. Another item that I suggest on very few heroes in the game, and strangely enough I've actually uploaded 2 of those heroes that I think Mask of Madness is good on. The first one, I think Sven is a great example because he just goes YOLO mode. The second is also Faceless Void. The reason is you can chrono someone and you can activate this mask, and it gives you a lot of attack speed, which gives you a chance to stun lock people. Now this is where I was thinking, hey, what am I gonna do? I find one guy, not the best of chronos, but hey, I get 1 kill from it. There are still so many people here ganking. There are 3 people, and I'm like, is this time for me to die? So I get 1 kill from all that happened, but my support jumps in. He gets doomed, and I'm still here. So I know that my player is over here, my friend over here is dead. Let's go to player perspective. We'll go to Faceless, and they're like, come on, deny me, deny me. So I actually pulled up a pretty cool move in my opinion. Again, for you guys this might be something simple, but hey, I denied my Necro. So what you can do if someone has been doomed, guys, or the other thing is someone has been hit by Venomancer's ulti, if they're about to die, you can attack them, you can attack your own teammate, and you can kill your teammate. What lets that do in the game is the enemy team does not get gold or XP for it. So even though the guy died, because he was gonna die anyways, I basically denied the XP and gold to the enemy team, and I think that was pretty good. So we are kind of lagging, as I said, and again, partly that is me in a way that I have a hero that is pretty low on impact in the early game, because remember the last 2 games I've posted, you saw me play with Sven. I'm very active with a hero like that. Bristleback, I'm hyper active. That's me being like running around doing things all the time, never even staying still. Faceless Void is a different hero on the other hand. Here we go. So basically I time walk onto him and we get a right click. I get the XP for it. Crystal Maiden did get the kill, but hey, doesn't matter. I was in the XP range. I get gold for it nonetheless. So I have finished my Mask of Madness. My 2 supports are here. Let's go to free camera and see what we can do. Now Crystal Maiden gives me a clarity. Basically what that means is I'll have my chrono ready in 17 seconds and I'll be able to use it when it's going to be up. Hopefully I don't lose the clarity potion. I don't think I will. It's going to be alright. So let's go to free camera and see what other lanes are doing, because we do have a kill advantage right now, guys. Only 2 kills ahead, but I believe in terms of farm they might be doing much better, considering their late game is scary. And as I said, I gave you a little spoiler, this game will go on for a pretty long time, and the longer it goes, the more problems we will have, because they have amazing late game heroes. We on the other hand, it's all going to be on me, and by me I mean in terms of team fights is I have to go for an amazing chronosphere. Now the reason why I chose to upload this video is, I'll talk about it later on as you'll see me start chronoing more people, is this game was my ultimate test of, hey, you're new to the hero, but do the best you can in the situation that you have. And in this game again, I had all the odds stacked up against me. You know, this game was one of those games where they counterpicked in certain ways that even if they do get chrono, and even if they have one hero outside the chronosphere, they will pretty much kill me. So in a normal game of a Faceless Void, what you would see, guys, is Faceless Void jumps in, he will see like 3-4 heroes jumped in, he goes in, he chronos all of them, and voila, you know, the kill happens, and it's all well and good from there. In this game, the skill level difference is so high between us, not the whole game, but especially me in general and the other guys, is they are never together. In this game I have to pick my battles. That's why I chose to upload the game again. I'll keep saying that because I have to reiterate, I have to stress that point, because it's, I think, so very important in this. Sometimes, or most of the times in high level games, there will be times when every single chrono that you output would not be the perfect chronosphere, as in it would not be the chrono that can get all 4 or 5 people in one big circle. So what do you do then? And that's basically what this video will be about, guys, is to, when you go into a battle with a Faceless Void, how to pick the right hero and how to do what you're supposed to do. So anyways, let's look at the farm one of the heroes. We go to player perspective and let's see how the enemy team is doing. Now their Doom, look at that, their Doom has boots, he has a stout shield, but more importantly he has a hand of Midas. So remember when I said their late game is going to scare the heck out of us? Very true, guys. It's gonna, Doom is already doing that. Let's look at the Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend has a bottle, he has a boots, and he had a Wraith Band start, I believe. So I think he's also doing pretty good. He has full stacks of his Necro Mastery here, so 36 damage is a lot. Looking at the stats here, and their Enchantress too, I believe. Yeah, she also has a hand of Midas. So look at that, guys. At 16 minutes we lose our first tower, and there is absolutely nothing we can do about it with their lineup. who also we have. Clock has also been running around. He actually also has a bottle, a very viable item choice for Clock, even if you go for an off-lane Clockwork or actually go for a safe lane, doesn't matter. Clock can actually use bottle pretty well. He also has boots. He's actually got a robe of Magi here, which I believe is going to make into drums, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe also into a blade mail. We'll see later on. And our heroes, let's look at Skywrath Mage. He has a null talisman and boots, so that's pretty good. Here we go, by the way. Let's look at the fight. I actually get chronoed and I get obliterated. So if we go 10 seconds behind and we look at the fight, I jump in. Let's go another 10 seconds back. Now I was here. I've got a haste and everything. They did chrono me earlier, but I jump in and I try to chrono this guy, but no, they do me, and bad times over here. So as I said, remember, as I said, I jumped in a normal game where the level I play, that would have been enough. Hey, I dash into the fight, I have enough time to ulti, but no, they were so quick on it. As soon as I jumped in there, Doom had his ultimate planned on me, and I basically blew up. When Doom ultis you can't do anything, you can't use any abilities, all your items also become obsolete, you cannot use them, and that was my death. So that's a complete team wipe, guys. Look at that, the score has already changed, and as you can see, as I said, their skill level is completely higher, is way higher than us, and you can see that into effect right now. These guys are better than us in every way. Now let's see what they're doing. They're probably, no, they're not rushing, they're basically backing out. So they had an amazing team fight. Ideally they should have pushed, but then again they don't have to, I think. Yeah, they're doing a good job. We go to free camera mode. Now they've taken both of the bottom towers over here. We've lost them. Top towers are fine, so is a middle one, but if we look at it in comparison, we only have one of their middle tower down. I think top's also gone down. Oh yeah, we also have their tier 1 top gone as well. So I guess things are not that bad, but in terms of kill, it's looking scary. But most important thing, the most problematic thing is they have a Doom who's got a Midas. They've got Enchantress who's got a Midas. So Enchantress 2, believe it or not, can carry, especially at level of our games here. I mean, it's not professional Dota, of course, but at the low level pub we play, Enchantress could very well be a scary late game carry. Shadow Fiend, of course, is also doing a good job. So all of their heroes are looking pretty good. Let's go to Shadow Fiend. Now he's got a blink dagger, so talk about a blink initiating. He's going to blink and ulti us, and it's looking pretty scary. They're all farming well, and us on the other hand, we're running around trying to look for a good. And now here I was standing and I was trying to look at a way to initiate, but Time Walk didn't have enough levels, because the more levels you get, the more range you get on this skill, the more movement speed and attack speed slow you get. But most importantly, I would level it up for the range, because it lets me come out of nowhere and ulti them. I waited over there, but you know, it wasn't a perfect timing, so we decided to, hey, let's just go in the lane and push the lane out, because right now we were thinking, hey, we need some towers, you know, we need to get some towers or it's going to be problematic. Same time, we have one of our teammates getting disconnected, so we're like, whoops, what are we going to do? So our friend decided to smoke up. Our Crystal Maiden was carrying a smoke, and we're like, hey, let's make a kill happen. So we go into the jungle, and it's pretty much panic mode. Now here I am, as you can see, smoke, anyone smoked around an enemy hero will be revealed if you're in the right range. And here we go. We didn't have to actually use an ulti there. The smoke actually paid off. The hero didn't realize we were there until it was too late. We were kind of close to the hero. We revealed ourselves, but hey, I time walked onto the hero. That means his chance of running away are over. 3 heroes versus 1, easy kill. So we get 1 kill and we're like, hey, this is kind of okay. But at the same time, we lose our mid tower. So go to free camera. There we go. We lose this tower over here, and it's really not looking good at all. We're all gathering up again, thinking of, hey, how are we going to defend this? So again, guys, a pretty good game, as I said, because it will go into late game. And late game for us is horrible, and you'll just basically see this is a game where we try to do our best and, you know, hope for the best kind of thing, and that's what you're going to see. So they're actually switching on top. We're on the free camera. Let's go around. Yep, that's our Witch Doctor going into the top lane, and we also have 2 supports in position. So it's pretty good, and as you can see, they're all grouping up over here together. Enchantress did purchase something. I don't know, I think she was just browsing for items. She has Perseverance. She might make that into a Bloodstone. There are different choices you can go for, but right now she's sitting on that. Pretty good, mana regen and all. Good stuff for her. And I think they decided not to push bottom because they might have seen us or something. So here we are. We said, okay, how about we push middle lane, and we can catch this hero off guard. We're about to mine this. Here I come. And let's go to player perspective. Here I am. Now again, I only saw 1 hero, but I had to do something here. Probably not the best idea, but hey, every time you chrono, a kill must happen, and I guess Skyra didn't show that. All in all, it wasn't a good chrono at all. But then again, it ensured one kill. And as I said, guys, in this game, the way we were playing, because none of them were moving together at all, for me to get a 5-man chrono, it would take a pretty long time. And as I said, this wasn't a good chrono because right now, as you can see, they are kind of close together, but we can't do anything. And I'm just basically waiting away, seeing what they're going to do. We're worried of Lich's ulti. Maybe he used that earlier, but at that time I didn't remember. So I was like, hey, watch out, guys. Lich will throw his ultimate, so stay away. And we're kind of scurrying around. So we got 2 kills for the price of 1. I got a kill from that, so I'm 3-1 right now with 2 assists. I have 71 last. It's pretty good, I guess, guys. And I usually don't build Midas on my Faceless Void, so I think I've got my 2 pretty good core items. I've got my Mask of Madness. I've also got my Maelstrom. And as I say, I'm being chased. I basically try and walk out of it. I walked onto the Shadow Fiend, so his movement speed is slowed, and I kind of escaped from that pretty well. So my farm's going pretty good. Everything's going okay in terms of kills and all. We are pretty much tied down. In terms of towers, we are losing more, but well, yeah, I think we are. Well, in a way, I would say definitely we are kind of in a pickle because we've lost both of our bot towers, but they only lost 1 over here and 1 here on each side. So yeah, top lane, they've lost 1 more tower than us. So you would say it's kind of even, but I definitely wouldn't think so considering how the lane's being pushed in. The top lane we really have to worry about. Hey guys, the bottom lane's being pushed in. Go and help us out. But anyways, this should be a kill on the Faceless Void. He's gonna bottle crow. Here I am. I tried to catch him, but we realized this hero has blink. Not gonna work out. I find DD. I'm like, hey, I got a DD. I have my Chronosphere ready. Maybe you should try to do something about it. So again, we were still unsure of where they are, and part of the problem there is, guys, we don't have any wards in their jungle. We have no idea of where they are. They're kind of scattered around, as you can see on the map, and as I said, I had DD. I did pretty much not the best thing that you could do with a DD rune, and that is farm the Ancient Creep. I mean, it's important and all to get some farm on Faceless Void, but look at that. That basically is me making a newbie mistake. I was out of position, my team was in there, and here I am. Kind of caught out, and I'm wondering, hey, what am I gonna do, guys? You want me to jump in? So I kind of jump in. I saw the hero being shackled there, and again, a wasted Chronosphere. Sorry, the hero was actually being frostbitten by Crystal Maiden, so an ultimate I wasted, and 23 minutes in, guys, it's kind of looking good, but for me, as I said, I'm completely being outclassed. I'm playing the hero for the first time, and things are not looking that good for Hermit today. So yeah, guys, that's partly the reason why this game goes into late game. And now we decided, hey, we have 2 kills on the heroes. We only have 1 hero dead. I have used my ultimate. That is very true. Why don't we try to actually push the lane? And again, I had no idea there's a hero lurking about over here. So I basically decided to eat up this creep wave because my teammates are pushing up the creep wave from there. So we clear this up. So the creep wave is going to go further down. So in terms of farming, again, I'm going pretty strong. The item choice I went for was a Crystalix because I want some damage right now. I have pretty good attack speed thanks to the Mask of Madness activation, and also Maelstrom, because Maelstrom gives you attack speed, and also the Chain Lightning, which is also beneficial. But more importantly, Faceless Void, when I can ulti and I can use Mask of Madness, I have enough attack speed to kill a foe. The only thing I need now on top of attack speed is, of course, damage. And that's how you build Faceless Void, guys. Because remember, the last 2 videos I made, one of the heroes actually needed DPS. The other one needed attack speed. This hero kind of needs both. And here I am. So I jump into them, I slow them down. I basically ended up getting Shadow Fiend into a Doom into a stun lock. The other Witch Doctor actually ultied. Our teammate ultied right next to it, and we ended up getting both heroes there as well. So pretty good initiation, I would say. Faceless Void jumps in, you know, does his thing. I didn't have a Chronosphere, but that didn't mean I couldn't do anything, and that's why I think Mask of Madness, as you can maybe see right now, why it's a good choice for Faceless Void. Yes, you know, when you activate it, you take 30% more damage. It's kind of scary, you move faster, but the 30% damage is kind of bad. But on the other hand, it gives you so much attack speed and move speed that Faceless Void can catch up to people, but more importantly, you can stun lock people with your time lock bash, you know, the passive. The faster I attack, the more chance it is for me to proc the time lock, and it's pretty good. So that's why I go for time lock. And at the same time, if they do attack me, I have my backtrack, which is completely maxed out right now. So there's a 25% chance that whatever they throw at me, I can pretty much dodge it. So that was the goal there, guys. It's going pretty good, and we are basically pushing out the bot tower. So again, as you can see, the game is kind of backwards and forwards. There are times when I'm saying we're kind of doing bad, and there are times we're doing good. So it's going backwards and forwards. But again, late game, you know, we're gonna be in trouble. So I'm staying away. I have my Chronosphere. I'm hiding behind this thing. I jump in, and I basically wanted to get Shadow Fiend. Now this is very important. Now, I think this is one of the better ultis so far you've seen. Again, this is no 3-man or 2-man Chronosphere, because if I go back again, I will show you the fight again, and you'll see how tricky it is to kind of jump in and actually get a perfect Chronosphere. Look at their positioning. One's over here, which we couldn't see. The other hero was there, and the third one is over here. And that's what I mean by picking your battles as Faceless Void. I could have picked 2 heroes. I know Enchantress is pretty squishy, and my supports can kill her with their ultimate and all. The hero that can kill them would be Shadow Fiend. So I see Shadow Fiend, and I'm like, I want to get this hero. It was a chance of luck that basically Enchantress got scared and she was running away from Skyrat's ulti, and she ran into mine. But most importantly, I got their carry into the Chronosphere and I killed him. So as you can see, my Chronos, they start off being absolutely horrific, and hopefully they'll improve, because if they don't, we are guaranteed to lose this game. It's, you know, no matter what it's looking like right now. Let's look at the farm again of how people are doing. Crystal Maiden is carrying wards. She's being an amazing support. Look at that. That's actually a perfect support game. I actually was planning to upload a support game for mine, but I still haven't got the perfect game yet, guys, to show you what a good support does. And she's a great example. You know, she's not rushing an Ag Scepter or something silly like that. She's actually buying wards and placing them on the map. And as such a supporter is, you wouldn't have that many items to show for yourself by even 30 minutes because you've been busy warding and stuff. A good support, right? Necro is also getting good items. He's working on a mechanism, a great choice of item for him. Witch Doctor has rushed his Aghanims for a simple reason that his ultimate is pretty amazing. Skyrat 2 has got a Force Staff, a very crucial item for him. 2 things you can do with that. If you actually get a friendly hero in the Chronosphere, as in if I have to chrono an enemy and my teammate gets to be in there, he can chrono them out. More importantly, he can Force Staff himself away from enemies that can let him, you know, take less damage. The counter to that, of course, is Enchantress, because the further away you are from her ultimate, the more damage it will do. But on the other hand, if a Lich throws his ultimate, Force Staff is a great item. You can push yourself completely out of your teammate, and you can eat the frost, the Chain Frost ability all by yourself, and you know it would never keep bouncing back. So good item on him. And there we go. And for me right now, I have a Crystallisk, and for some reason I purchased a Recipe Daedalus. I would almost recommend 99% of the time to never get it, but since I had so much gold, I only need a little bit more gold. I said, hey, I'm just going to get the courier to bring me this. It's only going to take me 30 seconds. I'm then going to run and buy my Crystallisk. So that's the next item of choice, guys. I had Mask of Madness, Maelstrom, so I have pretty much awesome attack speed, and Daedalus gives me damage and it allows me to crit, as you can see right now. So we smoked up, very important, guys, in a game like this. As you can see, they had wards and stuff over here. I believe they are their wards. No, maybe I think they're our wards. Yeah, they're our wards, sorry. Our team is fighting somewhere over here. Again, Skyrat got ulted. Perfect example here. I'll go back 10 seconds actually, guys. Look at that. Skyrat is being chased. There's a Lich ulti coming in, and as you can see, Skyrat goes here and he walks away. I think he didn't have to use his Force Staff. He did earlier. He was on cooldown. But the point is, if you walk away from Lich's ulti, you basically kind of break it and it doesn't do anything. And in the meantime, we are actually hitting Roshan. And look at that. Attack speed is so good that I can somewhat stun lock him if I actually choose to activate my Mask of Madness. So here we go. We actually got a kill on them. We lost 2 heroes. Kind of bad, but in the meantime, we actually were able to get our awesome Aegis of the Immortal. So I've got 1 extra life now and 1 extra life to muck up my Chronosphere. So I have my Chrono. I basically decided rather than walking out, I could have walked into Ward Vision. They might be waiting here for me to gank, me here or over here. I basically time walked out over here into the woods so they won't see me. Let's go to player perspective now. See what I'm doing. So there we go, looking pretty good right now. I do have Aegis. Now again, ideally when you have Aegis, you should go and you should look for fights, considering we're at a slight advantage right now. And this basically is the time, guys. We're at the 30-minute mark, and the enemy team, their carries are not completely farmed yet. This is our time when our support and our semi-carries are in a position where we can kind of win the game. But they're doing so well, the enemy team is so good at what they're doing, is they're always spread out, they're always farming in places that we cannot get to them. Either they're under towers or they are in some precarious places that we just have no idea about. So even with the Ags and all, and I do communicate over here, hey guys, how about I've got an Aegis, let's go and burn the Aegis, got my ultimate as well, let's go and look for a team fight. So that's exactly what we plan to do over here. This probably is not the best choice because I'm showing myself in the lane, because if I am in the lane that they're like, hey, Faceless Void's coming here, he wants to ult here. So ideally I should have just been hiding, let them push the wave, but nonetheless here I am, and this is going to be a pretty cool team fight. You're going to find it funny, guys. I think it's one of those. So I'm waiting over here. I think I'm like, okay, if they come to defend the tower, I'm going to go in there. And I'm basically looking, look at my camera position, I'm looking over there, and all of a sudden Doom walks in and he dooms me, you know. Look how quick the guy was, and this basically is their skill. That's how good of players they are. To make matters worse, they also ultimate, and there is another ultimate coming from Shadow Fiends, and I'm basically making my way back. There's absolutely nothing I can do. I do have my Aghanim's, but I realize if I just walk away for a few seconds, I can basically survive that. And look at that, as soon as I pop in my Chronosphere, I die. Bad choice by me. When I spawn, I'm basically going to get cogged in, and when you get cogged in, it's time for me to die. There we go, guys. So close to killing the hero, and that's basically bad plays my MB. What I should have done instead is I should have gone in, right-clicked them a little bit. If my Ags would have completely burned, I would wake up, and as soon as I wake up, as in I get the second life, I chrono them. Because I chronoed them, and when I did chrono them, I died at the same time because the Lich was able to right-click me there. So it was so unfortunate, because if I hadn't been right-clicked by Lich, it would have been amazing. It was a pretty good two-man chrono. I think three-man chrono even. No, two-man chrono, where I got the two very important heroes, like the two good right-clickers, Doom being the Doom, you know, and also our awesome Clockwork here. I got both of them, but again, Lich was away and he ended up right-clicking me, so it's not looking good, right? As I said, we are winning, the kills are kind of even, but in terms of the team fights we're having, our team fights are not as good as theirs, right? They are way better at team fighting than us, because they're a 5-man team. They completely counterpicked us, and they're doing a great job at it. I mean, you know, not to take anything from them, they are absolutely great players, and they're doing way better than us. So we lost the team fight, partly because I made some more mistakes there, and partly because it was so unlucky, because in the beginning, if I go to free camera here again, this little spot I was hiding in is pretty good for Faceless Void to hide in. He just walks in over here and he chronos me, and I have he dooms me, and I had, you know, no walking away from that, because if he hadn't chronoed me, doomed me there, I would have probably chronoed him in turn, and it would have been slightly better. The end result of that would have been amazing, because if we are able to kill Doom, their pushing power, or even defending power to a certain extent, kind of gets minimized. So a bad team fight from us. Nonetheless, we go back into the fight. I've spawned again. I'm like, hey guys, you know, round 2, I'm playing bad. I need to make it up to the team. It's 5-2, so I've died 2 times already. I have pretty good last hits, and if we go to player perspective, let's see what I'm planning to do. So again, I'm hiding here. I'm waiting for them to jump in. If they come in, we're like, yes, we're basically going to go on them and make it rain, make some kills happen. So waiting for them to basically trying to scout them, see where they are, and again, no luck. And this is where their positioning has been so key in the game, that they're never grouped together. They always communicate. They're like, so they're even if they didn't have the heroes that were actually pretty much countering me in terms of their, you know, their hero aesthetics, it's actually their gameplay as well that's countering me completely. Now these guys get caught out. It's actually nothing I could have done there. This is bad play by our teammates. You know, everyone makes mistakes, so Witch Doctor gets caught out. Not the best thing, and we are losing a lot of heroes. And I'm coming here, guys. Do you want me to do anything? I jump in, and I finally get a 2-man chrono, also along with the Skywrath ultimate, and we are able to get Enchantress. Now he dooms me again. See, now this is one of the better choices, right, guys? I was able to do a chrono doom before he could doom me, and this ended up in me getting a kill over the enemy team, rather than me dying like I did last time. So all in all, as I said, it was a pretty good chrono. It could have been a 3-man chrono, but I think the situation, the way it was, I'm happy with all of that, because we kind of I walked out from that. The team is still trying to defend the tower. I'm looking at them. Hey, is the tower gonna die? Is the tower gonna die? Looks like it probably might, but here we go. I'm TPing into it, and Skywrath gets initiated on, and when a Clockwork does something like that, pretty scary. And that's another good thing for 4-staff, by the way. I didn't talk about it earlier. The best counter to Clockwork, guys, is to actually have a 4-star, because you can basically walk out of those cogs, and if the clock hasn't cogged you, then he's pretty much an okay-ish hero. It's the cogs that make Clockwork amazing, and Skywrath just countered that, and that basically let him live. So there we go. I'm trying to jump into them. They're like, oh, go and catch him. I said, I don't have chrono. They're like, no, let's fight. So I got 4-staffed, and I think we moved forward, but like, no, they're pretty much gone. They all had blink daggers or some kind of escape maneuver, so we walked out. So I think we're like, hey, let's make another team fight happen. I have my chrono ready again. Farm wise, I've had my Chrysalis for a while. I haven't bought the next item yet. I should be buying something pretty cool, and this is where I think I make another important decision in terms of game. What to get against these guys, you know, what's going to be good, what's gonna work, because our team fights are just not going in our favor. Even the kills we do get on them, there's so much farm that they have so many levels or basically gold that they can buy back, they can come back into the game, and you know, it could be nasty. See, they're trying to deny the tower as well. So looking pretty scary. And that's another thing, right? Even Clock can counter Void in a way that he can throw his rockets and he can kind of scout me out before I can, because Void, like Pudge, kind of hides in certain places, and also Clock on the same level. They all hide in certain ways that they'll be at certain spots in the game, and you can kind of figure out where they'll be. So our hero gets caught out. I'm here, I'm like, what can I do? Can't do much. I jump in, and there we go. Voila, there's a 3-man Chronosphere here. Now, I didn't know how Enchantress used to work. Now, Enchantress has the ability that if you attack her, she slows down your attack speed. And that's exactly what I realized over there. I attacked her for 2 left clicks, and then I realized, hey, my attack speed is slowed down. So I immediately changed my target. I pick up the squishy hero. And with regards to how it happened, we kind of survived. So the chrono was, I would say, pretty perfect there. We got all 3 heroes. They couldn't do anything, and that led to Witch Doctor use his ultimate, and we were able to do good things. I didn't get the kill myself, but hey, we made something happen. We got 4 heroes dead, and this is basically our first team fight where we kind of won in a pretty significant way. So as anyone would, if you want a team fight and if the wave is pushed, you should ideally try to push a tower. So 37 minutes in, it's our first endeavor at trying to push a tower. But at the same time, we realize their creep wave has been pushed on top, and they've already taken our top tower. So we only have 1 tier 2 tower left in the mid. They basically have 1 tier 2 tower left at bottom, but we've done some pretty okay-ish damage to their tower. Now we realize here all of them are back. Shadow Fiend is back, and Lich is back. I think it's time to back off because my chrono was still on cooldown. So we quite simply walk away. We've chipped off at their tower. We've done some damage to it. The waves pushed in, and now one of our supports hopefully should push out the top lane. So I'm wondering about what item to get next. Now I was talking to my teammates here, guys, what would you recommend? Shall I actually work on an AC? They're like, nah, AC wouldn't be right. I'm like, okay, fair enough. AC does not give you damage, it gives you attack speed, which basically then means damage, but I need some serious right-clicking power because Mask of Madness is kind of attack speed for me right now. So I do buy a Hyperstone right now, and that's what I'm sitting at right now. And the goal here at this time was that I'm actually going to make this into a Mjolnir. Now Mjolnir is an upgraded item for Maelstrom, and it basically gives you even more attack speed, and it gives you an ability where you can put this buff on you or your allies, that if enemies attack them, there's a chance that you're going to proc chain lightning to them, which deals a set amount of damage. So again, it's not really a DPS item, and in the hindsight, when I'm thinking about it right now, the better item I could have gone over here would be something like a BKB. Again, it wouldn't skyrocket my ability to kill people in the Chronosphere because I need attack speed or damage for it. Getting a Hyperstone is the better choice in that regard, but what a BKB will give me is magic immunity, because as you can see, the way this game has been, why I again chose to upload it, is I was not able to chrono all the heroes in my one single chrono. They're so far, you know, they're all spread out in certain ways that you know, for me, getting a chrono in is pretty hard. And that's kind of a good chrono as well. We kind of realize, hey, Shadow Fiend's going to be over there. I get 2 heroes in there, and we get their carry, we get their support. In return, I die. Yeah, kind of a bad trade, but hey, things happen. So yeah, I bought a Mjolnir there, guys. Pretty decent item. The team fight's still happening. Let's see if Skyrath actually survives. I'm not sure. Oh, he gets spotted by the creep. And they're like, oh, let's go deny Skyrath. But Skyrath, no, I'm going to run away. And Crystal Maiden did deny him, but to what avail? To no avail, really, because now Crystal Maiden is going to die. So Skyrath buys back in. He's like, I'm going to try and deny you. We're basically on Skype joking about this. Didn't work out, guys. So yeah, but going back to the whole idea, guys, BKB on Void, again, it's not an item you would ideally get, because Faceless Void if you play at our level of pubs, usually you're basically going to face roll, you're going to get something like a Battle Fury, get some damage in, and you know, you're good to go. No need for any kind of magic immunity, because normally pub games are not so serious at all, but this game, as I said, was very much so serious. We were up against some pretty smart players, and what BKB does, let me talk about this, guys. Doom will go through BKB, so that's something I cannot avoid. Doom being the all-powerful Doom, you know, if he dooms you, you're gone. I would not, it will basically stop, I believe, Enchantress's ultimate. I'm not very sure about this, to be very honest with you guys. Let me know if you have any idea. Maybe it stops Enchantress ultimate. It does pure damage, so, but I don't know, is the casting of it magical, as in would the BKB block it? I'm not really certain, but it's going to drop, it's going to block Lich's ultimate or any spells from him. Clock also does magical damage, and so does Shadow Fiend. He's a pretty good strong right click hero, but what basically this ensures me is when I'm inside the chrono, they can't mess with me a lot, you know, they can't do too much to me. Once I'm in the chrono and if I've got some heroes in there, but more importantly, when the chrono is in such a way that there are heroes outside the chrono, enemy heroes who can right click me, I can kind of right click freely inside the chrono. So a BKB would have been a good choice here, and we are getting into that territory now, guys. 40 minutes and they are looking scary. Look at the farm on this hero. He has a BKB, he has a Blink Dagger, he's got a Crystallisk and a Yasha, which he might very well make into a Manta style later on. Now that's the one of their carries. Let's look at Doom. Doom is looking super scary. He has a Shadow Blade, BKB, Hand of Midas, of course, because he's a Doom, and he's actually working on to Assault Cuirass here, a great item. We were able to get Rush Arm here, that's pretty good. Lich has a mech that's scary, and he's got an Ag Scepter, which means Chain Frost is going to keep happening and happening until there is nothing left around you. So that's scary as well. Enchantress has a Bloodstone. I did predict that early. She also has an AC. Pretty unique choice there. I think she could have gone for something better, but she also has a Perseverance. I think she might even want to build Lincoln Sphere here. I'm not certain. But yeah. Anyway, Skyrat gets initiated on. He dies. And I jump into a Chronosphere, try and save this guy. I'm like, can I right click him? Not really. And this is me hesitating too much. And let's see what happens here, guys. Let me click on myself. Yeah, I walk away and they're probably going to chase me now. Yeah, they are looking for me. I hide in here and I TP out. So kind of a bad team fight for us. The reason why that happened, guys, yeah, the Chronosphere wasn't ideal, but I basically popped that to try and save some people and maybe get a kill from it. Our hero, Skyrat Mage, was caught completely out. If we go to free camera mode here, we were not in position, but one of our heroes was over here. He got initiated on by Clockwork, and that's exactly what Clockwork is good at. He basically catches you off guard and kills you. So Skyrat Mage died, and you know, we couldn't do much from there. But the good thing is I was basically able to TP out, and that's only the silver lining. I mean, we completely lost a team fight. It was a bad team fight from us, and as a result our tower's already gone. They're pushing in, they are threatening our mid-racks, and I barely survived that hook, even though it wouldn't have done too much damage to me, because if he jumps in the tower would hit him and I can fight back. So not the best of choices here. But anyways, they have seen that we have respawned. Crystal Maiden is repelling this, and I'm basically staying back, and the reason is I know I'll have my Chronosphere ready. I don't want to show them that I'm kind of here. I basically want to stay away so that I can jump in and hopefully land a Hail Mary Chronosphere. Hasn't happened yet, but you never know, guys, right? So I used the Mjolnir. As you can see, I'm really thinking about jumping in and maybe, you know, doing some right click damage. So yeah, and again, look at this item I have, Mjolnir. The buff is not really good. I mean, I think I'm the only good target here for Mjolnir. Maybe Necrophos, because he's slightly tanky, and if they right click him, you know, they pay the price for a Mjolnir proc. Maybe him, but mainly I'm the only one who can use it. So as I said, our lineup was not a serious one at all. We were basically having fun messing about until we met this amazingly organized team who really believed in winning and all. I don't like to use the word try hard, because I think it's a great thing to be trying hard, right? You want to win, you want to be best at something you're doing. So they were definitely doing that, and I admire them for that. So their lineup pretty strong, and we kind of didn't have any good heroes. So I'm farming a little bit right now. Mjolnir is full. Got 1900 gold, and this is the time where we start saying, getting a bit serious, guys. Let's save that buyback money. Even if you want to buy the next item, and I know how shiny it is, please, you know, kind of try and refrain from that. Let's basically save some gold so that if they actually win a team fight over us, if we die, we basically can end up buying back and defending ourselves. So Witch Doctor ultis again for to no avail because Shadow Fiend basically just walks out of it. Crystal Maiden's ulti didn't help that much either, so it's kind of bad. And I'm right now jungling. That's the best I can do. If I go into a lane the way they're grouping up right now, it wouldn't be wise for a Faceless Void to farm in a lane. I would probably jump into a bottom lane if it's been completely pushed in, or the top lane if I can actually have a ward around me and I can see what they're doing. Apart from that, not really. But as you see, I'm making a very smart move here. I've got my support here and I'm kind of feeling comfortable that, hey, I can go and farm over there. Even though I do have Chronosphere, but most of the times you want to use the ability to kill, right? You don't want to use it for escape. So it's better to basically jungle right now because we have no idea where they are. And as we are basically going to just keep kind of farming a little bit. Now we almost had them. I'm looking at going into this. There's only one hero. I'm like, shall I go in this? They're like, no, let's just get back. And this was hesitation from us. We're hoping to, yeah, the heroes are clumping up in a way, but no. And again, it's so admirable to see this, guys, that at this level of Dota, from at least what I play, you usually see people, you know, like a herd mentality. They all group up. These heroes, not really, right, guys? Lich already has an invis, so he's basically trying to get a good ultimate in. He's thinking about it. Doom is hiding in the jungle. You see, right? I am new to the Faceless Void, I understand that, and that's very true, I'm a noob, but their positioning always in a team fight is so amazing that even if I were the best Faceless Void player in the world, I would have a hard time landing in a 5-man chrono or even a 3 or 4-man chrono because they're always so far apart, you know. It would really have to be a good basically luck for me, or to basically, I don't know, somehow, yeah, luck, I guess that's the only thing I can think of for them to group up. So let's go back to me. We are again still kind of scared because they are all pushing in. See, they're feeling so comfortable right now, guys, because their support has an Axe and a mech, and this was, we're like, okay, their support is out of position, and we were scared here. This was a panic chrono in regards that, hey, Lich is here, I think he's gonna ulti us. So like, hey, before he ultis us, I'm gonna ulti him. So we killed one of their heroes, and I'm going back to base. I didn't die for that, and as a result, I think it was worth it in some ways, because as you can see, we were able to scare them away. One of their crucial supports died, so they're all backing off, and they are actually farming at this time as well. So let's do some item checks now. Our team, Crystal Maiden, has good choice, Drum of Endurance, so it basically gives her HP and mana, very important thing for Crystal Maiden, and some bonus attack speed and move speed for the team if activated. She has an Augur Club, smart choice, right? She's not going for an intelligence Staff of Wizardry because that just gives you mana. Augur lets you be survival, so pretty good choice, but she dies over there, gets completely picked out by Clockwork. So as you can see, guys, this Clock hasn't missed a single hook yet. Pretty good player. My teammates again gets caught out of position, so this is bad play from our team. They get picked off, and we're basically going to retreat right now. So 2 heroes dead already, all 5 of their heroes are alive. Let's go back to some more gear checking. Clockwork has full blade mail. He's actually got a Hood of Defiance. I think he might even make this into Pipe of Insight later on. Looks like it, yeah, very much so. And an Aghanim, which means he can hook shot to his heart's content. The cooldown is 12 seconds now, so he's pretty much farmed up, guys. Doom has his Assault Cuirass complete. He's doing okay. Shadow Fiend has, oh wow, he's finished a Daedalus as well, so things are looking super scary right now, guys. And whereas our team, we have a BKB, pretty good choice on Witch Doctor, I guess. If you are trying to be that guy, you basically BKB in and you let's go for your ultimate. You cannot be interrupted, and your ultimate will go on till the entire duration of it, and good times are ahead, right? 8 seconds of fun if the enemies are in the location. So I put in the Maelstrom. Let's see if we engage into a fight. We see Doom, we jump in, and I think I decide to not do the ultimate. So pretty smart choice here. I'm glad I didn't use my ultimate there. Even though he doomed me, that's a bad doom from him. He shouldn't have done that because, you know, that's him wasting his doom. He could have saved that for when he respawns, but I guess if the cooldown's low, why not? Because he's already got like a 70-second spawn timer. So why not to doom me? But yeah, but the good thing is I'll be back to full HP soon. I jump in. I get one guy, not the best of ultimate, but hey, basically that ensured the Shadow Fiend's right click. I think so, yeah. As bad as that was, if we'd given him 1 more second, then our support Witch Doctor here would have died. So hey, all's well that ends well. I had my chrono anyways, so we were able to get 3 of their heroes now in total, and this will be another push. So 38 to 35, guys. They are winning in terms of that. In terms of racks and all, we have lost all of our tier 2 towers, so have they. We have chipped at their tier 3 tower mid, and I think they've kind of done the same, so it's looking pretty even. And let's see what's going to happen here. Lane's being pushed in, pretty good. What am I doing here right now? There you go. Let's go to player perspective, and we're like, hey, how about we just right click the heck out of the tower. And Crystal Maiden didn't realize that you have Enchantress there. I did not have my ulti. I warned my team, guys, we cannot fight this. Like, yeah, just take the tower. So we take the tower, but that's what we call overextending, guys. As soon as the tower was being taking damage, taking damage from me, there was no need for us to stay at all. But our team decided to stay there without my chrono. Not the best of choice. I do have my BKB, guys, so that's the next item I went for. I have 2 seconds. I jump in and I chrono them. Now I get one of the heroes, but now I'm trapped in. I'm trying to right click the oops, I'm trying to right click the cogs. Didn't work out for me. Am I going to be able to get yes, I was able to get Doom here pretty good. And look at this sick TP, guys. I am proud of that. Rarely does Herbert does that, but here we go. So I got 2 heroes there, and I just hid behind the little tree there, and I was able to TP out. So pretty decent plays for me. Not the best ones, of course. You know, the real pro plays would be like us killing all of them somehow. I don't know, but we got 2 kills there, and I was able to safely TP out. I had no idea what the gentleman Enchantress was saying to us. I just said sorry because I assumed they were not happy that I was able to juke them, you know, and win there. So again, BKB pretty good there, guys. The reason why a Lich just stood there, looked at me, is because, you know, I had my BKB on. He could not use his first skill. He could not use his ultimate on me if he wanted to, because I had BKB on, and that's basically what's going to be the saving grace for right now, guys. It's what I'm counting on. 11 seconds left to my Chronosphere, guys. BKB is also on a 10-second cooldown. If they come in further, I'm going to chrono them again. That's the plan here. But look at the damage. Enchantress with her, all the damage she has. Such high int on her. Shadow Fiend with this ridiculous left click. And here we go. We're wondering, shall we go in? No one's ready yet. So we're like, okay, let's just sit back and see what happens. 52 minutes in, guys. 42 kills. On their side, 37 on ours, and they've already taken our tier 3 tower. So in every possible way, if you look at the late game potential, which we are in right now, their heroes, they are actually peaking off right now, whereas our heroes have already peaked off at the 30-minute mark. There's only so much they can do. Our heroes, again, are kind of having fun. They're building Dagons. They're good and all, but they all have BKBs, remember? So Dagon does absolutely nothing against them. A bad choice for items that we had. Witch Doctor had his Ags, let's see. Necro had Bloodstone, pretty decent choice, I would say. And Crystal Maiden still has low farm. Now Witch Doctor gets a Scythe of Wise, pretty good item for him, right? Hex basically removes everything you have. I jump in, I chrono them, I get 3 heroes in there, so pretty good chrono from me. I kill 1 hero, I activate my BKB after that. We were able to get the 2nd hero. 3rd hero, we get the 3rd hero as well. So that was a pretty amazing team fight, and it is not over yet. Finally, Doom being Doom was able to right click me to death, but hey, 4 heroes for 2. One of the better trade-offs, I would say, guys. It's not that bad at all. I remember at this time, Sky was like, hey, what's this thing following me? Is it going to kill me? I'm like, no, just turn back. That's a heal. So Clockwork buys back because he realizes the bottom tower has fallen. The creeps were able to push in. Skyrad's here, so we have 3 supports, or 1, I should say, kind of a semi-carry, because that's a role Necroforce is fulfilling right now. 2 of us are dead, and it's kind of looking somewhat okay right now, but all in all, when all of them are up, it's going to be bad. Look at that, guys. Do you see how much tanky Enchantress is there? They use their Dagon in every single combo on her. Of course, Skyrad didn't ulti there, but, you know, they outputted every kind of damage they had on the enemy support, their jungling support, and nothing came out of it. And that's how strong they are. So, like, a fair team fight, a 5-on-5 team fight, we don't have a chance to win, and we can't even do the so-called Rat Dota because our heroes are not really ideal for that. Skyrath cannot push, neither can Witch Doctor, neither can Necro, neither can I, neither can Crystal Maiden. None of these heroes we have can split push, whereas their heroes are kind of on the same boat, I would say, but they don't have to split push because their team fight is superior, their items are superior, they have more items than us. Look at that spy, by the way, guys. Enchantress carry, right? Aghanim Scepter, BKB, Treads, of course, so Cuirass, Lincoln Sphere, and the Bloodstone. So this is, you know, scary town, guys. So scary. And if we go to, yeah, we can stick on this one. Lich actually has Staff of Wizardry. I don't know what he's going for there. Let's look at Shadow Fiend. He is probably making, dare I say, a basher right now. We were able to snag another Roshan there, so that's pretty good. Crystal Maiden picked up the we were joking about this, like, hey, I'm on 5 slots, I don't need any items. No, I think I was dead or something. Something was going on over here. I should have picked up the Aegis, but oh well. So I bought my TPs and I have 3,500 gold, and I probably will be buying my next item soonish, but not soon, because if I buy it right now, then I wouldn't have buyback gold, and that's something I have to ensure that, hey, no matter what happens, we should keep at least buyback in our pocket, that if we die, if we do something stupid, which we have been the whole game, we might be able to come back. And to be very honest with you guys, I think it's not more of, yeah, you will see stupidity in terms of maybe like small decision making here and there, but more importantly, I think it's just been the heroes we picked. Our heroes are not just syncing well at all. Our heroes are pretty much all over the place, whereas their heroes are, you know, so very well in sync. So there we go. Now, for some reason, Shadowfiend decides to leave. So does Lich, and they call GG. They're basically trolling us, guys. I think these guys were so confident at winning. They're like, yeah, we're gonna leave the game, but in a minute we're gonna join back. Look at that, Shadowfiend comes in, and then Lich is also gonna join. So you know, it's pretty scary. Now look at that. The item Shadowfiend purchases is a Monkey King bar. Let's go to that. Now Monkey King bar is an item he's picked up quite simply to counter me, because my evasion does absolutely nothing against a Monkey King bar. Once he has this item, every single hit he has is guaranteed to hit me. My passive will do absolutely nothing. So here I am, we're trying to get into position. I see one hero, I'm like, shall I go into it? I see 2 heroes, but boom, I get 3 heroes in. I'm attacking Enchantress, but right now the attack speed is amazing. I don't care. I pop in my BKB afterwards. Doom can't do anything. I stun lock 3rd hero. I get a double kill right over there. And look at that. Pretty good thing from me. At least I got away from that. The Chain Frost will bounce, remember, till the end of time. I got 3 heroes there in the Chronosphere, and I was able to do pretty good things. We are waiting. Hey, shall we go into this? Shall we go into this? We're deciding on this. I'm like, yeah, let's go. So we get another hero. This time I just activated, I had Mjolnir on, and I get another double kill there. So look at that, I'm slowly racking up kills, guys. We basically had a full team wipe. They're all dead. Enchantress will be back in 6 seconds or so, but what this would let us do is basically chip away at their barracks and do some damage. They are calling GG, but let's see who wins this game. It's pretty good. So there we go, we were able to get this racks, and look at the damage, guys. Did you see that? That's 326 of pure damage, which none of us can you know, kind of take. It was so scary. And I walk back, and we're gonna ask, hey, Witch Doctor, could you heal us please? And I've right clicked him now, so I'm gonna follow him. We're joking around, hey, let's all follow each other, but basically just trying to get some HP up so we can initiate into, sorry, we can get into the next team fight. So 6k gold in my pocket, guys. I'm like, hey, this is kind of about the right time I should go into the next item. Now, had I had the sense to actually look at the items for enemy teams, I shouldn't have bought the item which I bought, which is a butterfly. Now, butterfly does give me more damage, and it also gives me evasion, which stacks on top of my already present backtrack evasion here, right? But I didn't know that Shadowfiend had a Monkey King bar, because he would quite simply chew through that. He would attack me as if I'm not even wearing that item at all. Nonetheless, it will protect me from other 4 right-click heroes, because Enchantress is a scary right-click hero indeed. Doom will also do some nasty things, and Clock will too try to, you know, harass me in that regard. So yes, it's not the best item at all, I completely agree, but this being said, it was just basically us panicking and wondering, hey, what's the best item? Usually I would have probably even gone for a Battle Fury here, but I'm going for some evasion. The thing is, it's also going to give me slight bit of armor, because remember, every point of agility does give you armor, and it's giving me an increased base damage. So all well and good, and that's the plan here, guys. So I will finish up my butterfly at my earliest convenience. An alternative item, as I said, in hindsight, would have been Battle Fury. A Battle Fury would be a better choice had I known what they were going for. But I think Butterfly is still okay, even though they've got MKB to counter me. At least one of them do. So there we go. I think I'm still wondering what to do, because I want to keep some gold in my pocket. Let's see how much buyback would I be able to check from here. I can. 1900 gold is how much I needed to buy back. So I'm going to farm a little bit more, or get a few more kills before I can actually finish my Butterfly. So here we go. Again, 60 minutes in, guys. I did promise a long game. I hope you're enjoying it so far. The newbiness, that is me. But I hope you're learning as well a little bit, few things from, you know, the mistakes we're making and the good plays also that we're doing. Because I think we have made some pretty cool things happen in this game. And here we go. So I have an invis rune, and the goal was just walk up to them and ulti them, because they don't know I have this. I've never bought Shadow Blade, so I haven't given them an idea that I'm actually going to do this. So here we go. I get the Shadow Fiend again, and I was able to get Doom as well, and that's very important, guys. I activate my BKB after this. There we go, we get a double kill. Looking pretty good. Void has got his this is looking scary. She dies, she has an Aegis. I'm going to right click the heck out of them. This fight is so fun to watch. I get an ultra kill. Will it happen? Will it happen, guys? I'm like, I don't know, I'm not sure. I activate my Mask of Madness. She's hitting me, I'm hitting her. She walks away, and here we go, guys. This is my 3rd rampage ever. Of course, Crystal Maiden was so nice to let me have it, but I was able to kill 5. And look at that, they are so angry that I killed all 5 of them. Shadow Fiend immediately bought back, and I had to get out of there. So I have low HP, I can't do much. My BKB is on cooldown. Crystal Maiden is still surviving, but maybe I should have jumped in, but I don't think so. Shadow Fiend will kill me, especially with his MKB on. If I go in, I think I'm probably going to die from 2 hits with his DPS. So all in all, a wise choice. I got a rampage from that, so things are looking good. I have 6k gold again, which means I can definitely finish the butterfly. That's the present I'm going to give myself, and I'll have enough gold for buyback, because the game is not over yet. And if you look at the kills, finally we have a 1 kill advantage, guys. We have their mid-racks, that is so very true, but that's about it, you know. At any moment, as you can see, if we lose a single team fight, they just come into our, we don't have a mid tower, they can rack, and if they're any smarter, which all of them are, they're basically not even going to bother attacking our barracks. They're basically going to come in, get our these tier 4 towers and go for the throne straight away, because this is the time in the game where this is a viable strategy, you know, even if we had a tower standing over here. This late in the game, when a team makes a mistake and all the heroes are dead, you think you can't make it, just rush for the throne. Best strategy ever. So they're farming. Let's see what Shadow Fiend is doing. He's pretty much maxed out. I don't know what the Yasha is going to be made into. I'm really curious for that. But yeah. Let's see. Their Lich has double damage. He's got a Dagon as well, so he's joining the Dagon party in their team. Enchantress is fully slotted. Wow, this is looking scary. Clock has actually got a pipe now, so wow. So imagine this, guys, 600 magic, 400 magic block against pretty much everything on our team. That is Skyrat's ulti, Witch Doctors. I think his has got physical skill. This does physical damage. If no, this is magical. This is physical, I believe. Yeah, the Death Ward is physical. Necro's ability is also magical, completely blocks that. More importantly, all of the CM spells are magical, so pipe is a great item against us, and he's got it. And he's not even their support. That's how confident these guys are. So they're all pretty much full slotted. They don't need to buy any items, and in a way neither do we, because I'm fully slotted. There's absolutely nothing I can get. If it comes to a throne rush later on in the game, I can sell my treads and I can buy boots of travel, but that's about it. I'm fully slotted. As I said, had I known they had an MKB, I would probably go for Battle Fury, but Butterfly is still okay. It's giving me agility, giving me damage. It's also giving me attack speed, right? So it's giving me a bit of everything. Evasion's amazing as well, but hey, it's being countered, so let's not talk about that. Free camera mode. And look at that, they are still roaming around, they're farming, they're doing what they can. Doom has, oh, he's working on a heart, is he? Yes, he's got a Reaver right now, guys. That's almost very certain will be a Heart of Tarask. If not, it could also be a Satanic. I doubt he's going to go for Satanic. I think Heart is what he's aiming for. He just wants to tank up. He's already got 3k health. Wow. So as a Void, I'm going to struggle to kill him. But anyways, we're planning on to go for a perfect initiation again. But Clock jumps in. And I'm wondering, shall I chrono this? I'm like, yes, I will. And the reason is, it's going to basically let us right-click these heroes. Probably for the better, I think so. It was a better choice. We were able to get 2 heroes there, definitely. And what this ensures, guys, basically, even though it kind of looks confusing, why the heck would you chrono that? Imagine that. Clockwork would have probably killed one of the heroes. If not, he would have simply walked away. Enchantress would have definitely, with her farm, killed about 1 or 2 heroes without any problems, right? With the DPS she has. But right now, I chronoed, I ensured that 2 of their heroes are completely out of the team fight. They are trying to do some base exchange there at the top. They want to take our racks. Shadow Fiend is trying. It's not going to work because we're already breaking their tier 4 towers. Lich came back, ulti didn't work out, and that's why, guys, see, Chronos is ahead. You have to pick your team fight in a game like this. You can't always land a 5-man Chronos. But this game, I think, is an example where you basically do your best and try to do the best possible things you can. Here we go, we got all of them killed, and at 65 minutes, one of the longer games of Dota I've ever played, guys, we were able to win the game. So after all that squishy start, me being the only carry in the game, and me having amazing support heroes in my team, and their team absolutely counter-picking the heck out of us, and also being a very high skill level than us, majorly because of me, because I'm the noob here. We came out on top. Their carry was able to get 12 kills, 14 kills as Enchantress. She was doing pretty great. I, on the other hand, was the carry of our team, 25 and 4. I didn't feed at all. I had quite a few assists as well, 15. My XP per minute is okay-ish if you look at that. Everyone's averaging around 500. And you have to understand, because it's such a late game, 65-minute games, your XP per minute kind of dwindles down, because if, for example, the game would have ended at 40 minutes, I would have 700, 800 XP per minute, but not now. And gold per minute is pretty good. So this was the game, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video of mine. Faceless Void for you. I played him as a carry against all odds, against the best team that I've ever played against. We won the game. Thank you for watching the video, and if you like this, please leave a comment. Say anything you want to about the game. Let me know your feelings on it. Until then, until the next video, that is. It's going to be Diablo, by the way. Secret. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye, tata. Catch you later.